Hello and welcome to the ArchieLuxury channel. Today I'd like to tell a story which was conveyed to me from Ronnie from Brisbane Vintage Watches. And I've had a few negative postings since I posted my Easter special messages. I've had a few people come back and make some snide remarks. So I thought I would, with Easter, the time of, the death of Jesus and the resurrection, I thought I'd share this story. And what basically happened was, Ronnie had this elderly gentleman who came into the shop who had a Vacheron Constantin tourbillon on his wrist, and his wife had a Frank Mueller. And Ronnie said to him, "Wow, that's a tourbillon Vacheron." And Vacheron's a very discreet brand, and a tourbillon, most people who don't know watches have no fucking idea what it is. And it's just a cool fucking complication to have. And Ronnie was just amazed, because you never see these fuckers in the wilderness. And so anyhow, he says to the guy, and this is an elderly Jewish guy, and he says to him, "Wow," he said, "why did you get a tourbillon?" And the old guy said a story. He said, "Look, shrouds have no pockets," and a shroud is the sleeping bag, your final resting sleeping bag that you get placed into in the morgue. And he said shrouds have no pockets, and the implication is that you couldn't take your money with you. And he had a Vacheron tourbillon on, and I mean, what a fucking magnificent watch. And this is the thing, really, and it's quite an interesting comment. And you look at all the things you have in your life, what really gives you happiness or enjoyment or fulfillment? And I think a Vacheron Constantin tourbillon is certainly a fucking great way to start. So I just wanted to share that story with you on Easter, and I'd like to hear your comments there. And it's a great moral to the story. I mean, shrouds have no pockets, and we're all going to die, and why not have an expensive luxury wristwatch on your wrist? With that sentiment there is actually the reason why I'm selling some of my pieces off. I mean, I've had the haters out there, Archie's going broke, Archie's going bankrupt, blah 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 blah. And the real reality is what I'm actually trying to do is I'm getting rid of lesser pieces, right? You have a look at what I'm selling. I'm getting rid of the lesser pieces, and I'm getting better quality upper echelon pieces. So instead of having, in my case, I normally have about 8 men's watches, I'm saying, well, fuck that. I'm not an athlete. I'm not a sportsman. I don't go swimming. The last time I went swimming was fucking, for a social thing, was probably fucking 2 years ago. I hate swimming, and I usually don't wear my Rolex when I did go swimming anyhow. And I'm thinking to myself, well, fuck. Why don't I have 3 or 4 really fancy, beautiful things instead of 2 gorgeous and 6 mediocre? And that's the whole reason. I'm getting rid of the Omega Speedmaster. I'm getting rid of the Rolex Explorer 2. I don't need any Rolexes. I'm getting out of Rolex. It's too passé. The Omega is not classy enough for me. I'm also getting rid of that quartz Cartier Panther. I don't need it. I don't need that watch. I've already sold off my Audemars Piguet ultra slim, ultra thin dress watch. I don't need it. I've only ever worn it probably half a dozen times, and I just didn't. Yeah, it's a great watch, great brand, but it just did fuck all for me. It's too small, and I don't like yellow gold. Okay, there you go. I've told you. This is the thing, and my Royal Oak, once that fucking thing comes back, I'll probably flick it as well. Quartz is terminal. I'm sick of it. I just don't need it. And as far as my wife's watches go, she's got two Cartier 18 karat pieces, which were great gifts. I gave them to her. But now that she's got the Patek 24, she'd never wear the 18 karat Cartiers. And what are they going to do for investment wise? I mean, yeah, I bought them on the secondary market. I bought them well, but they're not producing a return. They cost money for servicing and storage costs and insurance costs. Just fuck them off and put that money into something better. And so that's basically the Archie modus operandi. And shrouds have no pockets. I hope you've enjoyed this Easter tale, and please send me your feedback. I love hearing from my viewers. See you later.